Welcome to Planetcrafter! I'm currently playing Planetcrafter with my wife at the moment. It's the most casual grafting uphill slog you can imagine. But in a good way, My base is haphazard at best. The main thrust of this game at the start is just survival rather than changing the planet in any way. You're scavenging constantly. Oxygen, 2 players, twice the pain. Over time you get to build bases, but you're being pushed forwards all the time with the water rising, which I thought was a fantastic dynamic. We didn't quite know where we could build our bases, and some of them were at the bottom of the lake by the end, so we had to salvage everything and then move it. It's a lot of logistics work as you get into mid game. And then there's a drastic shift because the environment starts changing. You start getting plants, you start getting trees that you've planted yourself, and the planet slowly changes. You get lakes. You send missiles into space to adapt and progress the planet. And then the risk, the oxygen levels and the food become very manageable. At a similar point, you're trying to grow the biomass, the insects, the plants, the trees, and the world's constantly changing. And it is fantastic to be in that world growing around you. Replayable aspects maybe not so good, but then there is a DLC, and I think I'm going to buy it eventually. It's a very passive game though. There's no mobs, so not much shooting going on. The biggest danger is getting lost and running out of oxygen, but that's early on. But yeah, I quite fancy doing the moon add-on, but I am getting tempted to have some enemies again. It would be great. These are my trading rockets, and then there's the main rocket launcher to the left. It's a bit slow doing the trading at the moment, but we'll get there. It's my main base. It's just been a reaction to the environment rather than anything beautifully designed, with my farm dumped outside. My wife loves organising, so she's kind of developed it into something that's less reactionary, but it's definitely not as big as other people's. Does the job. It's pretty much how we play with Satisfactory and Astroneer. It's enough. We're just starting to hit a bit of automation, but you know, that's my gas and water plant. Just starting to get into that, transferring materials. Don't think we're going to use a teleporter. It's a bit like Astroneer. I don't really want to teleport stuff around. I like the grind of everything. I like the hint that it can look different. Maybe I should chuck a mine there, see how it goes. Will I get a new resource? Occasionally I've actually planted just meters away from where I could have actually got a rare resource, but I just moved on, found somewhere else. This is one of my overviewing bases, so I'm playing around with some of the blocks. So for £15 plus or minus, 2 people playing co-op, done about 50 hours, probably do another 20 more. Not much replay value, but it does have DLC. Yeah, so it's a fair purchase. Astroneer probably did 130. Satisfactory, far too many hours. But yeah, it's a fun game. Lots of gathering, lots of crafting. Quite heavy on logistics. I'm not so sure I like the rocket pack because it kind of takes the point out of the vehicle, but I can see why they did it, but it might have been better just to have vertical takeoff rather than this kind of Minecraft builder mode. All in all, really enjoyed it. Definitely will play again.